What's up, guys? So the other day on my channel, I was asked by one of my subscribers, what are your most worn fragrances this year? And so I kind of just answered him, but then I thought to myself, that actually sounds like something that would be a cool video because I've been asked that question in the past. So in this video, I'm going to tell you 5 fragrances that are in my collection, as well as a few runner-ups of the fragrances that I've been utilizing the most. And so without further ado, let's get it. Alright, my great smelling dudes, welcome back to my channel. This is Randy, aka Fragrance Dude, back with another fragrance video. Thank you so much for joining me for another video and another top 5 list. Before we get into the video, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out, as well as like, comment, and hit the bell for future notifications. Let me know in the comments what your favorite fragrances to wear are and which ones that you've been wearing the most this year. After I made the intro to this video, I found out that the question that specific person asked was, what was the last bottle that you ran out of? And that question really doesn't explain the entirety of my fragrance collection and how I use it, because it could be one of my least favorite fragrances that I'm just trying to wear through. So that doesn't really explain how I wear my fragrances. So I have been asked this question though a bunch, and that's the one that I'm going to be focusing on. What 5 fragrances from my collection have I worn the most this year? So with that said, I'm also going to give you a few runner-ups that I put behind me, and I'm just going to get straight into it. The first runner-up, and all 4 of these are the reason they're not in this list is because I only got them in the last few months, and so they are not my most worn. They're my most worn in the last few months. But first one, Chanel Allure Homme Sport Edition Blanche. It is like a lemon cream pie with some aromatics and musks in there. Very, very good. I got it for my birthday in May for my wife. Fantastic. Doesn't last that long, but I don't care because it smells amazing. Number 2, Parfums de Marly Sedley. It's like a lemon aromatic fragrance. Very, very good. One that lasts a decent amount of time. One of my favorite Parfums de Marly fragrances, and one again that I got in May, so I haven't worn it that much. The whole year. I mean, I have worn it a lot over the last few months. The next one, I got it as a decant, and I wore it all February and March and April. And then when it got warm, you can't wear it. That's Parfums de Marly Oajan. It's like a warm, sensual apple pie. One of my new favorite fragrances. Just got the bottle actually a few days ago. Really excited I do. Can't wait till the fall comes up so I can wear it. And the last one on my runners-up is Cedrat Boise. Some people either love this or hate this. It is a vanilla, mossy, aromatic fragrance that has this leather background that some people pull up heavier, that some people pull up lighter. If you pull it up later, you usually like this fragrance more, but it's a love-hate fragrance. It's either you like it or you don't. So those are my runners-up, and now to get into my top 5, which this is going to be the first time I've done this. I am going to be giving you my top 5, from 5 until 1. So number 5, as far as how much I've worn it, this actually could be number 1, but because I only wear it for a certain situation, it's only number 5. I had to include it in here. I had a big bottle of the new one, but it cracked, and so I returned it, and I have another one on the way. This is by YSL or YVES Saint Laurent. It is YSL Y EDT. I'm not going to be giving you notes and stuff, but this fragrance, as far as wearing it in everyday situations, it's a bit redundant. But what I wear it for, it is not. So this is YSL Y Eau de Toilette, and it is a fresh, clean beast. It is actually, if you guys want to know, I had about 20 fragrances whenever this came out, and this fragrance is probably the one that made me start my collection. Like my full collection of 100, 200 bottles. YSL Y Eau de Toilette is the one that did it, because I just enjoy it so much. For the out of the shower, that is what I use it for now that I have so many other fragrances. And with the YSL Y Eau de Parfum and the Parfum and Live and all of that, it makes this redundant outside of that, but none of those compare to this as far as getting out of the shower. When you get out of the shower, what do you want to do? You want to feel fresh. You want to feel clean. You want to feel invigorated. This does that. It's fantastic, whether it's if you get up in the morning, you go for a run, you come back, take a shower, start work. This will wake you up. It's invigorating, it's fresh, clean. It has that sweetness in there, but not overly sweet like the Eau de Parfum. You want to definitely lean for the Eau de Parfum or the Parfum for the nighttime or everyday wear. But if you're looking for something that's out of the shower or a gym scent that's just clean, that's fresh, that women love, YSL Y Eau de Toilette is definitely going to be that one for you. And as you can tell, I have used a lot of it. I had this bottle since last November, so I go through these bottles pretty quickly. I got this as one of their sales. It was like $42, but YSL Y Eau de Toilette, my definite favorite out of the shower scent. I wear it almost every single night for that. And what's sad is that I haven't mentioned this on my channel since I did those top 5 office fragrances when I was doing the office. Yeah, I need to focus on that more. So number 4 would be higher on this list, probably number 1. If I didn't buy, I mean, it came out in April and I could only wear it for really a month. But then I started wearing it night times because it's been getting cooler out. And this is by Azzaro. It is Most Wanted Parfum. And as you can tell, the bottle is about a quarter of the way gone, maybe a little bit more than that. So this is a new release. It came out the very beginning of April, although I was the first person to get it because my Macy's got it early. I had it at the end of March. If you want to see my review, I will put it up there. But it is a fantastic fragrance. It takes that original Most Wanted DNA. That is that gourmand sweetness that also has a bit of freshness. This takes the freshness away, and it's more of a fall and winter time fragrance. I like this better for the fall and winter, while I like the Eau de Parfum for all year round much better. But for this one, it's deeper, it's darker. You take that original DNA in the opening, you add this nice ginger spice to it, and then you also, in the dry down, it has this nice, beautiful, it does last longer than the Eau de Parfum, but it has this nice, beautiful ginger, bourbon, vanilla mixture. Super good. One that will get you huge compliments. I know that every time I've worn this so far, that I've got so many compliments. It's not even funny from my friends. I mean, it's not going to be like girls walking down the street, hey, big boy, or anything like that. No. It's more like just my friends saying, oh my God, that smells good. What are you wearing? Azzaro's The Most Wanted Parfum just is a fantastic new release this year. I've heard some people crapping on it. I love it. It's fantastic. Anytime that it drops below like 75 degrees, 70 degrees, I try to throw this on just at night just because I love it that much. So Most Wanted Parfum, new release this year. You definitely need to get your nose on it. And I can tell you, if you spray it on clothes, even on your, if you spray it on your skin and you don't take a shower, it could last up to 24 hours. And on clothes, I had it on a hoodie the other day, and 3 days later, I went to my closet, grabbed the hoodie out, and it still smelled like it. So yeah, really good. That is my number 4, easily could be number 1. Number 3, this also could be number 1. Any of these could. By Chanel, it's Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme. So this is no surprise to anybody. A lot of people say that this is worn out, but to be honest with you, when I bought this for the first time 3 years ago, I have never smelled it on anybody, and to this day, I have yet to smell this on any single person. Chanel Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme is that Versace Pour Homme, Chanel Allure Homme Sport, Missoni Wave DNA, but then made to be longer lasting, and then added in this nice creamy vanilla that even becomes more prominent in the dry down that it's known for. I had this bottle, I wore it for quite a while, and then I fell off the shelf behind me and the atomizer cracked, and then I had to break it off and then pour it into decants that I sold on eBay to buy this bottle. So that was the way that I got this. It has a magnetic cap. Really, really good. It is one of the predecessors to the Edition Blanche back there, which is a special edition. This is really good. You need to try it out. One of the most versatile, if not the most versatile fragrances out there. If you like citrus, aromatic fragrances, if you like the other fragrances I mentioned, Versace Pour Homme, Missoni Wave, or the original of this, you'll love this. It can be worn spring, fall, winter, summer, day, night, any occasion. It's not really a sport fragrance. It's a signature fragrance mixed with a sport fragrance. It gets a lot of attention. You definitely need to try it out if you have not. Chanel Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme is a crowd pleaser, crowd favorite. I wore it yesterday, and I remember my daughter, who is again 12, saying, "What the heck are you wearing? That smells amazing." And I was like, "Yep, well, the last time you were saying it wasn't that great, but this time I knew you're going to come around to it." A lot of people love that fragrance. I haven't met many that don't. So the next one on my list is my signature fragrance. I had 2 giant decants that were 30 milliliters that I already went through this year, and now I'm about a little bit through this one. It is Dior Homme Sport 2021. It came out, I thought this was in 2022, but it was 2021. It was released like a week before 2022 came in December. So this is Dior Homme Sport 2021. It is now my signature fragrance. It is fantastic. So again, it doesn't look like I use that much. I mean, that's probably like, I'd say 20 or 30 sprays. But I also had two 30 milliliter decants that I am completely out of. And I had a third one that I gave away to you guys. This is a citric aldehydic take on the original Dior Homme DNA minus the iris. It doesn't really change that much. Into the base, you just get a little bit of sandalwood coming in there. The citrus and the aldehydes stay there. And for a citrus aldehydic fragrance, it actually lasts pretty long, 6 to 7 hours. For a signature fragrance, it could be formal, it could be casual, but in the middle, I think it leans a little bit more formal. If you like the Dior Homme DNA, but you want a new twist on it, you don't like iris that much, you should definitely give this one a try. This is what really brought me into the Dior Homme realm. Prior to that, I wasn't a huge fan, but now I'm starting to get used to other Dior Hommes because I love this one so much. But Dior Homme Sport, if you like a little bit of a difference in the Dior Homme line, that is the one. And you know, I have been hyping that up all this year, another new release. This is probably the best year of releases I've seen in quite a while, because the next one on my list is another new release, and it is my #1 selection. And this is going to be a surprise to some people, not to others. By Lacoste, it is Lacoste Blanc Eau Fraiche, or Lacoste Blanc Fresh. If you can't tell that I made a dent in this bottle when it was released, in March or April, then you got something going on, because that is a gigantic dent. This fragrance is fantastic. It's probably the most unique of all of the fragrances here, outside of maybe the Dior Homme Sport, but it is super unique because of, it's hard to explain this fragrance. It has ginger. Ginger is the main note in this fragrance, so it provides that fresh snap of ginger. You also get citruses. That was my ring. You get this fresh citrus accord as well as these woody accords. I explain this the best to people. The best way I can explain it is if you're walking through the woods on a summer day and you smell like the air, it's like very airy, you get that like cold rush, and then you smell a little lemon. That is what this fragrance smells like. It's airy, it's cool, it's fresh, it's a bit woody, and then you also get some of that citrus coming in. Really good fragrance through and through. If you like fresh fragrances, you want something unique. It has a bit of a green tone to it as well, just like the fluid. This is probably the best Lacoste that's ever been released, and it came out this year, and I have made quite a dent. The only thing is it's only going to be a spring and summer fragrance. I wouldn't say you could wear it outside of that unless you live in like LA or Florida or something like that, warmer. Where I live, in about 2 weeks, it's going to start getting down to 50s and 40s, and this fragrance is not going to be worth it. But with that said, one of the best, if not the best release for spring and summer this entire year. So those are my top 5. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you've used any of these as much as I have. I know this dent is quite crazy for only having it for 4 or 5 months, but I did give away a 5 milliliter decant, and I sprayed a ton. But yeah, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. I'll do this again. If you guys have any other lists you want me to make, just let me know in the comments, and I'll be back with another one. Thanks for joining me. Peace.